right now. He is in his element. He's in his own. I think he likes football more than baseball right now. He said nothing about the Giants in 5 days to me. I cannot believe it.
What is there to say about the Giants?
That
Big game in Arizona tonight. And that concludes our Giants talk.
I will be playing video games. Shout out to my Albuquerque Thunderbirds. I'll have the Giants on a small screen.
Ronnie Bell is walking across the street. And any Giant player you want is on the other side of the street. Who gets noticed first?
Ronnie Bell.
I think Logan Webb gets noticed before Ronnie Bell.
We had baseball practice yesterday, and it was beautiful in Daly City yesterday because we had our practice up at Westmore, and I gave the children an assignment. I said, you're allowed to watch YouTube. You can tell your parents, blame me, but whenever you're allowed to, because everyone's got different rules in their house, I'm like, I want you to look up one player. We started with Tony Gwynn.
Oh, my gosh.
You like that?
I do like that.
I was trying to make the point that players come in all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
Great ones.
Great
and
ones.
so I want them to look it up. And then for the young guys, I told them, find me, this is like the 10U, find me any baseball player and come in with some information about them. I always love asking a bunch of 13-year-olds, like, tell me what you know about Tony Gwynn. Does anyone even know who that is? And it's like, yeah, I think he was good. I'm like, thanks. He played for the Padres. It's like, that's good. That's a start. Lets us know how old we are.
Yeah, but it also lets me know that, he led me down here. We're getting right back into the 49ers.
We will get back in.
But Tony Gwynn batted .370 in 1987. All right? He had 680 plate appearances. He had 218 hits. He struck out 35 times. The most he's ever struck out was when he was 28 years old in 1988. He batted .313, struck out 40 times. It's the most he's ever struck out in the season.
Yeah. Just for people to know, J.D. Davis is on pace for 170.
Right. 1997, he batted .372. He struck out 28 times and had 220 hits. .351, 1984. Struck out 23 times, 213 hits.
What was it? Okay, 94 was what? He batted .394?
He was gonna bat 400. He struck out 19 times in 475 plate appearances.
Number 19, striking out 19.
I think Yaz struck out 19 times last week.
Well, no, he's batting 400
I'm
since
sorry.
my rant.
That's a bad
That's
joke.
what someone texted me.
Joke. Insert other Giant.
Yeah, I love when a Giants fan, something I say doesn't age exactly the way they want it. They're like, he's killing the ball. What playoff team is dying to have Mike Yastrzemski start for them every day? Come on.
I saw Doc Peterson clap back at a lot of people saying, I guess they were body shaming him or saying that he's not in the best shape. Or I don't know. Maybe it's affected the way he drives the ball. I don't know. He threw whatever. Moving on. I'm not even going to get into them. YouTube and Twitch, powered by First NorCal Credit Union. It just does us no good to be negative about the Giants. Just let it play out. Maybe they make a run to make the playoffs.
Well, here's my viewing guide. Watch Corbin Carroll tonight.
Is Kyle Harrison pitching today?
He's younger than Kyle Harrison, and I think he's the same age as Luis Matos.
Oh, my gosh.
Giants starting pitcher tonight is TBD. If that isn't your 2023 Giants in a nutshell right now. No, it's not Kyle Harrison. It's TBD.
Could you imagine Kyle Shanahan? We were mad at Kyle Shanahan for not naming a backup quarterback. And the Giants will not name on the day of the game who their starter is going to be. That's how, come on.
Remember 2021 when
Giants
Trey...
media is soft. Let's just call it what it is. We're so soft. Soft serve ice cream. Parfait.
Hank Schultman tried to dunk on me on Twitter, got a lot of likes and a lot of retweets. What do you talk about pillars in the organization? So-and-so's a pillar. Ramos is a pillar. Matos is a pillar. Luciano's a pillar. Whisenhunt's a pillar. We've never even seen Whisenhunt. You ready to tell me Kyle Harrison? I don't want to disrespect his family. They're local, De La Salle. I'm rooting for the kid.
He's promising.
He's gotten a raw deal this year.
Yes.
All of a sudden, he goes 3 straight starts with 60 pitches thrown. Then all of a sudden, you're ask him to go 90, 99. Is he stretched out or not? What are we doing here? So I don't know who's a pillar in this organization. I swear to God.
Quietly,
in 2 weeks.
Camilo Duvall is struggling.
He is struggling. Now, that was a non-safe situation.
I know,
but he is struggling.
And I love Camilo, but the last month hasn't been great.
It hasn't been pretty.
No.
I wonder if it's all the inactivity, all the games he didn't pitch.
Yeah.
Did he lose something there?
Yeah.
Did he lose? I have no idea, but You know what, Greg Johnson? Do you want to take back that article you had with Susan Slusser? Talk about, nothing's changing. Kapler and Farhan are coming back. It's more so Farhan for me. I want Farhan. I'm convinced myself. I want Farhan out of here. I want him fired. I swear to God, I want him out.
How does a Warrior photo with Chris Paul and Draymond Green get more buzz than anything a Giants player has done on a field
I have no
all
idea.
year?
No idea.
And maybe I'm being a little hyperbolic
No,
there.
it is. Because Warrior fans know, you know what? They're about championships.
Operation
Larry O'Brien.
Yeah.
The 49ers, Operation Lombardi. The Giants, Operation Platooning. Operation Pinch Hit.
I saw more outrage over Eli Mitchell not getting a touch
Yes.
than anything the Giants have done. I'm just telling I do this for a living every day. I wake up. I love
The spreadsheet is a pillar, according to Drew now. That is good stuff right there.
Where was I yesterday? Coaching baseball. I'm on a diamond almost, multiple times. I'll be on a diamond Wednesday. I'll be on a diamond Thursday. Okay. 3 days at minimum a week. I wake up looking for positive ways to talk about the Giants.
Yeah, I can't find them.
And I struggle.
Our boss man says, if you guys got nothing to say good about the Giants, don't do it. People don't want to hear the next. But you know what, man? What made us? What made the roast is by us keeping it a buck.
Yes.
And hold these organizations accountable.
Yes.
That's why the Warriors respect us. The Niners respect us. We hold these teams accountable.
They may
and it's
not
our
love-
job.
they may not love us.
They might not love us at times, but they understand. Ray Marinder knows what time it is. The 40 Corey Russ knows what time it is.
I mean, you and I were at an event, and I've been at a couple different events recently, which I'm very grateful for, but an event where there's a lot of people, a lot of locals. Did anyone ask us about the Giants?
No.
Other
They
than
asked
to
us-
laugh.
No, to laugh, yeah. They all asked us about Chris Paul, asked us about the Warriors,
And
Brock Purdy, and the
Brock
49ers.
Purdy.
Not one person. Full of Frisco legends, Sunset legends, Eagleside legends, Lakeview legends.
there were some Walnut Creek legends.
There were some Walnut Creek, the
Some
Bay Area
Concord
legends. I'll just
legends.
say that. Bay Area legends out there at Fight Net for the Olympic Club Foundation. I don't think I got one question about the Giants. Not one. And apparently they're in the middle of a pennant race.
It's not a Bennett. No, it's a wild. It's one of the last wild card spots.
Giants fans on Twitter will tell me, we're in the wild card hunt. Why are you complaining? Are we really? Sure doesn't feel like it. You lost 3 or 4 in Colorado. It was laughable the way you lost Friday night. You got swept in the doubleheader. Didn't even cross strip league. Put him back on the Phantom IL. I don't want to see him again. Because
He took Harrison's spot. Harrison went back down to AAA.
Right, I know.
It's just.
and he got lit up Saturday. Lit up.
Well,
I don't ever want to see him again.
Here's the part that frustrates me is that when the Warriors didn't want to play, whether it's Kuminga or James Wiseman or whatever, I was like, all right, well, look, the sand's coming out of the hourglass because there are some legends on the Warriors who absolutely have earned the benefit of the doubt to try to grasp the last embers of a burned out dynasty. I look, I'll nod my head. It's appropriate. When we're talking about Steph Curry's, going for a fifth, okay. You know what? You want to shortchange James Wiseman and not give him a long runway? I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I understand.
Okay. When I look at the 49ers, you got Bosa. You got Fred Warner. You have Christian McCaffrey and Debo and Trent Williams. You have like all-time type players. And I'm not saying that flippantly. 75 years of Niner football.
Yeah.
These are all-time players that are going to end up on the all-time 49er roster. I'd say, 3 guys at minimum are going to have their name up in that Ring of Honor?
Yeah.
Kittle, Debo probably, and Bosa, maybe Warner, I get not waiting for Trey Lance to develop or player X to develop. I get it. We're really losing sleep because Mike Yastrzemski needs to get ABs out in the field. We're really losing sleep because we got to see what
Slater.
Austin Slater's got in the outfield. You're not going to give Matos some run. Ross Stripling's got to get a start before Harrison. Now I know there's more nuance to it than that.
Even Patrick Bailey's bat.
Well, they had Sable in the lineup the other day, and I'm like, why? And we got to play the numbers. No. If you want to win games, defense is your best way of winning games. You have 100 errors as a team.
I know.
You lead baseball in errors.
It's
Why would you have a guy who's deficient behind the plate? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
Nothing with the Giants makes
So that's
sense.
my point. Like, you of all the teams should be in developmental mode in the Bay Area.
You know how many people? No, actually, I'll take that back. At the Olympic Club Foundation, and we're getting right back to the Niners. We got some Shanahan stuff
we're going
for
to
the
get back to
conference
the
call.
Niners.
We got Matt Barrows at 8:30. Last take on the Giants. Now that I think about it, the Olympic Club Foundation, there are people thinking like, why do they spend money on, Haneker? Why are they playing Mania? What is the plan? What is the process? And a lot of people said, I've only got 2 games this year. I can't spend a dime on the Giants. Now, I know before the season I said I wouldn't spend a dime on the Giants. But there's actually a lot of Giants fans who have not spent a dime on them this season because of the way they've done things, the way they've handled their business. There's no connection whatsoever.
There's no connection. People want to support. This is like one of the things I always say, like, we kind of rip door-to-door salesmen. Right. People love shopping. They hate to be sold on something. Right. They'll buy in on stuff they like, right? I've got a wife. You got a significant other. Newsflash. My significant other loves buying stuff.
Right.
As do I.
Yeah.
She's not alone in this.
And it just spent some money for baby chances to go to the game on Thursday with some new dining care.
Boxes show up all the time.
All the time.
All the time for quality things that she has an emotional attachment to.
Right.
Or something that she wants to see as premium. When we don't feel emotional connection or we don't think that there's value in the purchase, we just don't buy. We don't buy. Am I wrong?
No, we don't.
I think the consumer is much more discerning than I think that these organizations give them credit for.
I've lost connection with this organization. I have. To get me back, I think you got to start with making a move for Farhad Zaidi. I don't rock with him. I don't rock with this style of baseball. I don't rock with this spreadsheet. I don't rock with this philosophy.
Well, it's a great text from the 510. This formula is the same formula that got the A's going to Las Vegas.
Wow.
I know it's deeper than that, but you're not far off.
Listen to this, 415, Xfinity Mobile text line. I feel compelled to text. I never do, but keep talking about dismissing the Giants. It's funny. I feel the same way. We've lost connection with this team. I'm very eager to see what the crowds look like during the last homestand.
And this is what people say to me. Well, you're not a real fan. Wait, time out. Okay, I watch this team every night. All right, a lot of people do. Right? They tune in for 2 hours. Don't tell me I don't like this team if I'm devoting 2 hours of my time to watching this team, because I do love the team. I may not have a connection with certain players, and I don't understand what the overall philosophy is. Look, Haneger's contract's going to run out. Joe Shasky's a lifetime deal.
Right.
All right, I am a lifetime Giant fan. And just because I'm unhappy with the way the business is being run doesn't mean I'm not going to sit down on my couch and devote time to them.
Right.
It's part of my religion.
It's in our DNA.
Exactly.
How about Sam Lubman? Sam Lubman is the biggest Giants fan. I thought you were. I thought there were some other people that I held in high regard when it came to the Giants. Sam Lubman, by far, is the biggest Giants fan I've ever known.
Yeah.
He goes to every single game.
Yeah.
He's out on everything. And to see him tweet out and rip Larry Barrett, the organization, the way he did, and Giants fans come at him saying, you're not a real Giants fan if you believe like that. Lubman is the realest Giants fan I know. And he's out on him. And I see people coming at him saying, well, you're not a real Giants fan. Why can we criticize the Warriors who have won championships? Why do we criticize John Lynch and Shanahan who have gotten close to the mountaintop and given us some of the best football we've seen in the 49ers organization in years? But we can't hold the Giants accountable? That's why we don't talk Giants, because when we do hold the Giants accountable, it's the other Giant fan, the self-righteous Giant fan. Oh, you guys are just negative. They're in the playoff hunt. You got to believe. And
I'm not a bobblehead. I'm not just going to nod my head because they're wearing my linen, my jersey.
Giants for life. Y'all still don't know how building a baseball team works. Well, it's 5 years in. What are we building here?
A team that's a fringe wild card team with a $180 million payroll.
Right, $183 million payroll.
And this brings me to another point. The Giants are closer to the Red Sox than they want to admit out loud. The Red Sox won a World Series, and the very next year fired Dave Dombrowski, and they were 11 games over 500 at the time.
Yep.
Now, they brought in a different GM, and that guy, whatever he was good or not, they fired him. You know why? Boston has a calibration of, we have 4 championships since the turn of the century. Mm-hmm. We are one of the most successful franchises financially on and off the field. We do not accept being this mediocre.
Nope.
Why do Giants fans accept mediocrity?
I don't know. 925. Xfinity Mobile text line. I normally go to 15 to 20 Giants home games a year. This year, 0. I'm out. I've got a lot of friends who said that. I'm out. So, Giants for life, you can feel like that. If this is the way to build a team, how long do I have to wait for Farhad to build a team? 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years?
Well, the Orioles completely gutted everything, and they hired their guy around the same time as Farhan. And I think there's merit to, if you get a top 3 or 4 pick, now you could get a Joey Bart. You could just simply whiff. But I look at what they've done without that $180 million payroll, and the Giants always want to throw in my face like, hey, there's nobility in being competitive while rebuilding. No, get the best players you possibly can, and sometimes tanking isn't the worst thing because Gunnar Henderson, Jackson, and Rush
Jackson
Lee,
Holiday,
I mean,
Rush Lee, Kowser, they've got some dudes.
It's much easier to draft guys at the top of the draft than it is in the middle
But you know what the Orioles also didn't do? They also give guys like Minaya and Stripling player options for $15 million. They also didn't saddle themselves with Mitch Haniger for a few years.
True.
And I don't even like talking bad about Mitch Haniger because he's a local guy. I'm sure his family listens from time to time. I don't like doing that. I don't. But it is what it is.
The Dodgers have won the West 10 out of 11 years. That is your number one rival. And you could say, Joe, they've only won the one Mickey Mouse championship. You're right. Giants ain't won squat since 2014.
Nothing.
Okay?
Nothing.
Last I checked, their parade, even though COVID, they had one more recently than you.
Right.
They have run the West 10 out of 11 years.
It's not even just...
It really sucks to say that.
I know we keep saying we're going back to Niners. Listen. Farhan Zaidi and Larry Bear said some things before the season that really got me fired up, which is why I'm so down on Farhan. He basically blamed the politics and the logistics of the city on why he can't attain free agents or why he can't attract free agents. He basically blamed the city. Well, I can't really do things. I'm kind of handcuffed here. We got to go a more local route. You imagine Brian Sabian using that excuse?
No.
You imagine John Lynch using that excuse?
No.
You imagine Bob Myers using that excuse?
No.
Yeah, guys like David West come on.
Chicago's a very dangerous city from the outside looking in, and they seem to land free agents.
The Cubs get players,
and they,
White Sox get players.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
I think it's an excuse.
And Larry Bear, what he said about the light bulb going off, and he used the 2 players who have been awful this year, Ross Stripling and Sean Manaea. That's why you get me feeling like this, like, oh, so you're smarter than us. You're telling us we're dumb. We need to get on board with your plan. No, I'm not getting on board with this plan. I'm out on the plan. I'm out on it. Out.